I was just thinking you've probably got some good examples of the ways you've helped individuals, find their purpose, find their truth, especially you've done an extraordinary number of people, young people who have, struggling with getting past their roles and responsibilities and tackling their truth.
It's part of my life, and it's also part of what I help people with that I call the path of freedom. And I've been doing that solidly for the last 10 years at least. And just backtracking a little bit, because as Stephen mentioned, I do have a background actually where I was born and raised inside of a cult. And this is actually a great segue into purpose, right? I always use my story as a perfect example because I was born and raised in an environment that I had no choice, right? My parents were already part of this fanatical cult when I was born, and I was there for the first 27 years of my life. And I know very well what it's like to have the pressure of doing something and following something, more out of fear or even the responsibility
Mm.
of doing it because that's the way you were brought up. And as a matter of fact, I have a very strong signature phrase that I use. It's part of my life, and it's also part of what I help people with that I call the path of freedom. Now, what is the path of freedom? This is really about finding your true voice and your true essence. And when I left the cult at the age of 27, I went into at least 10 years of asking, who am I?
Mm.
That was about 10 years of then asking that question. And that is actually when astrology came into my life. And I was not told that because I was shielded from a lot of information in my lifestyle and the way I was brought up. But at that age, after I left, my father remembered to tell me that we come from a long lineage of 33-degree high Freemasons and also high level astrologers. I didn't even know this. My mother comes from a long lineage of high priestesses, and this is what really allowed me to own astrology as a tool that I've been given by lineage to use to help people understand themselves. Who am I? So I did go into my own extensive path of, what many people today are asking themselves, who am I? You know? So when I came into astrology, I finally, for the first time, was able to find the one system, and this is after at least a decade, 12 to 14 years of avidly searching and using and trying and studying every possible system. And when I came into astrology, I finally found the one system that allowed me to see the full picture. That why is the key to everything. So when I was able to see the full picture, it really allowed me to start helping people from a very complete perspective to find out who they are and why they're here.